Hello everyone, welcome back to 3-Minute Theology. Today we're looking at the doctrine of salvation and we're starting with common grace. You might think, what is common grace? Well, common grace is not the same prayer that you say every night just before eating dinner. Common grace is actually the kind of favour that God shows to all humankind and all creation. Common grace is like the rain falling on the Christian farmer and the non-Christian farmer alike. They both reap the benefits of that rain, but they may not recognise or acknowledge God as the giver. Common grace is different to saving grace, where God shows specific favour to people for salvation. Let's look at it this way. When God created the world and everything in it, including us, His common grace was enacted and continues to be enacted to all of creation. Despite human sinfulness and the fact that many of us obey or honour God, the earth continues to rotate around the sun every day, giving us day and night. We occasionally see God's common grace fall, as I said, in the rain, which blesses the earth and the farmers and then everyone else. We're given the air we breathe by God's common grace, and we're also given different skills and abilities by God's common grace. The different realms where God's common grace can be seen are through creation, through physical provisions, air, food, water, shelter, and other basic human needs, and also through human abilities. Another area is in our human conscience, where God has hardwired each of us to know the difference between right and wrong. And on top of this, when we do something right, our conscience applauds us, but also makes us feel guilty when we do something wrong. God's common grace is everywhere displayed, but not necessarily in the same measure. Even though every human being is the recipient of divine provision, some experience more provision than others, and this might come down to a variety of factors such as education, environment, and natural disasters. Even though we've all been given abilities by God's common grace, some are given more gifts than others, or they are more gifted. And even though we've all been conceived through procreation, some people receive greater familial relationships than others. Common grace is the favour that God shows to the pinnacle of His creation, human beings, because He created us in His image. And the purpose of this common grace is that God might direct us towards His saving grace through the Lord Jesus Christ. Now there's a thought for 3 minutes.